from LA, it is CJ Charles. Hey,
Man.
girl, how you?
CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Coach Tony Thompson and I had a blast chatting it up with LA-based children's author and bilingual teacher, Miss CJ Charles. And our introduction to CJ came about in the most wonderful way. I met CJ on the Clubhouse platform through the House of Creativity back in February of this year, and our Latino news consultant and fellow children's author, Nito Saswala, introduced our Clubhouse audience to CJ's inspiring work and her backstory. CJ's early life was steeped in the world of books, thanks to her mother's influence. This early introduction to literature sparked a love for storytelling, evident since first grade when she began writing stories. Today, CJ joins us to share her heartfelt homage to her mom and a celebration of supermoms everywhere within her children's book, My Mother is a Superhero. What's immediately clear is that CJ's story and insights were something I know the Interludes community would love to support. Isn't it true that all mothers are superheroes? Mine was. And we're going to find out today exactly how CJ's mom became hers. I'm Val the Voice Johnson, and this is the Interludes Podcast. The Interludes Podcast,
a Peer Lighthouse production. This episode is brought to you by
A DJ Saved My Life. It's the latest upcoming ebook by yours truly, Val the Voice Johnson. To experience a preview of the book, visit our website today. It's a heartfelt tribute to the healing power of music and the therapeutic potential of podcasting with all the ABCs of podcasting rolled into one. Reserve your ebook copy today.
And now, all the way from the south side of Chicago, give it up for your host, Val the Voice Johnson.
Back during Black History Month, I host a show in the mornings called House of Creativity. I do their business tips and tricks on Tuesday, and then, of course, their motivational Mondays. And that's the show that streams video via audio on Clubhouse. And Mitos, who is in the audience listening lounge right now, introduced to me a very talented LA-based children's author and a bilingual phenom. She's been promoting this wonderful, beautiful book called My Mother is a Superhero. How many people want to think about their moms being a superhero? My mama was a superhero. I don't know about nobody else. My mama was a superhero. How about you, Coach?
My mama's still wearing a cape.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can pick the phone up right now and she put it on right now. Boy, what you want?
Oh my gosh. Well, she is one of the talented teachers out of California, and we want to welcome her to the Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays platform live from LA. It is CJ Charles. Hey,
Man.
girl, how you?
CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Going back to school tomorrow, like I saw you, Miss Charles. I saw you.
I mean, I can crip walk, but please, but I'm trying to, I'm authoring right now. You guys are funny.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. It is my goal to make people smile and laugh. CJ, since we last spoke, which has been about a little over a month, how have you been? What has been going on with you and the book?
So I've been great. Thank you so much for having me one more time. I so appreciate that. Nice to meet you, Coach, officially.
Yes.
Just been busy, always promoting, always working, always out here with this brand. What's up, Mitos? How are you, girl? Thank you so much. Yeah, so we just wrapped up Black Children's Book Week. So that was absolutely fantastic to work with 7 other African-American authors here in Los Angeles. Our LA people, our family showed up and they showed out for us, and they came and we signed books and we took lots of pictures with lots of kids, and we all read our books. It was a really great, it was a really wonderful experience. So.
Wow.
That's awesome. Let me ask you a question, CJ. Lately, it seems to be the thing to do. I watched Steph Curry talked about it on CBS this morning. He's on his second book. First one was called I Am Steph, and then the second book was based on a young lady who's a character who has a hearing problem with an earpiece, and she's been made fun of and all that. So when you sit down and you've been over this time frame, kind of walk us through the process of, one, what gave you that idea to write a children's book, and 2, the process of going about it? Because it's not just you write a book and you put it out and you think it's easy. It takes a process to get this done.
It's absolutely a process, and people are always surprised at how long it takes from idea to actual, I have a book, a product in my hand. So I wrote the book. One, I love superheroes. I've been a fan of Spider-Man, Superman, Wonder Woman. I grew up in the 80s, so Wonder Woman, I watched Linda Carter spin into. That's how old I am. I watched her every Saturday. Yeah, I thought she was cool, and so for me it was natural. I'm a fan of Storm, X-Men. That's me all day. I'm a huge fan of comic books. So I've always wanted to write a book. It wasn't until I was in my graduate program, in the credentialing program for teaching, that we took a class, and it actually was how to write your own book. And so a component of that class was how to write your own children's book. And I just sat and listened to what the professor had to say, and I was thinking to myself, I can do that. I've been writing since, first, second, third grade. Right. So actually, I just took the notes and the pointers that she gave us, along with some stuff I had already started writing out myself. I wrote about 8 different versions of the book before we, this is so funny, before I finished it all. But once I sat and committed to, getting a version that I liked, that rhymed, then from there it went to the editors. So I have an editor in English and Spanish. So they check over my work. You have to have a professional editor, regardless of how, I sent it out to all the homies, of course, but they can't edit it properly.
Hey, should have sent it to me. I need to laugh for editor. I'm gonna get you right.
I appreciate it. For the future reference, I got you. Once it comes back from the editors, then you send it over to your illustrator. And so when you send it to the illustrator, you need to have all of the art directions, exactly what you want to see, very descriptive for each page. They will take care of it from there. So you can either, after the illustrator, you can then go to a book formatter if you want to, which means they're going to put the copyright page, all that stuff on there if you want to. I'm blessed that my illustrator is a formatter and an illustrator in one. So she was a one-stop shop, and she's in the Philippines. So she did all that. Yeah. So it's taken us about 2 years for each book from start to finish.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And do you have an artistic hand? Because I'm assuming that inside the book itself, there are probably cartoons or something that makes you mean about the illustrator and all that. You kind of dictate how you want the story to flow, and she's kind of the one who's drawing the pictures and stuff?
Absolutely. So I send her pictures of myself as a little girl. I sent her cartoon inspirations from the 80s, who I've always, loved. And like I said, I like Storm. So I kind of wanted my mother to kind of have a Storm. Storm has 2 different looks. One, she just has her straight hair when she's just, a regular person. But when she becomes Storm, her hair comes out, So I wanted to infuse some of those elements. So you'll see in the book, like the mom has a ponytail when she's a regular mother. When her daughter sees her hair is down. Sometimes it's flowing. So I tell her what I want to see, and she's so gifted. She puts it on paper and she brings it to life visually for me. So I'm blessed to have worked with her for 2 books so far.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and the two books we're looking at, Coach, there is My Mother is a Superhero. That's what kicked everything off. And then Miss April is a superhero. Like, what is the difference? What's up?
Right. Well, you're gonna make our girl April on the show. She's gonna think you're writing about her.
Everybody named April says that. They're always like, "Oh, you wrote me a book." I'm like, "It's for you, boo. It's for you."
Right, exactly, for you. What my 10%?
Yeah. So our 3rd book that we're working on right now was Her Father is a Superhero. A lot of people are asking me, is she a single mother? Where? Every time I read the book, little boys say, "Well, where's the dad?" And I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'm like, I don't want to give that perception, right? Because we know assume about us. So yeah, we're working on the dad book right this very moment.
So Justine is one of the main characters, Coach, in the series, and I love that. So this is some of her characteristics. What can you tell us about Justine?
So I love Justine. So Justine is myself. She's in the 1st grade. She loves to draw. She has a pet snake. His name is Dave. I wanted to give her a pet, but I didn't want to give her a dog, right? I wanted to give her something that's crazy. I didn't want to give her a fish.
That's definitely crazy.
So she has a pet snake. Dave is her homie. She does not like bedtime. She thinks that there are crazy things happening in her closet. Her favorite colors are blue and pink, and she loves bothering her older sister.
Man, you sure this ain't my granddaughter Skylar?
Well, I hope Skylar sees herself in Justine. That's what I know. Hope.
That's why I'm trying to get this book. I know she's watching tonight. She probably like, Papa, that's me right there. She writing about me.
Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, well, I mean, you know what the beauty of it is, when we're out and vending and I'm doing book signings and many people, there's so many little girls. Usually little girls that look like me, right? That look like us. But I notice more than anything, I'm starting to get little girls of all ethnicities coming over and saying to me, don't I look like her? I think I have, that's my favorite color too. They're all starting to identify with her, which warms my heart because I wrote her to reflect my life. But just knowing that, other little girls see themselves in her, it's really very rewarding, very refreshing.
And I feel like now I saw I was trying to grab the photos, but I saw some photos of you and I think your mom, and she was, and I saw you all had your t-shirts on, and I've always thought about how my mom has supported me in any creative endeavor. How beautiful was it for your mom to be the superhero in your life and show up in your creative ventures with this book? Or these books.
She loved it. People ask her to sign the book more than they ask me to sign the book. Sometimes I step to the side, I take their picture. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm like, hold on, let me take that for you. Hold up. It's my, I call it my love letter to my mother. I just want to tell her thank you in the biggest way possible. People, we look alike, obviously, especially when I put my glasses on. I'm a mini her. So I'm looking forward to getting older. But she couldn't be more proud. I just wanted to validate her experience as a single mother in Los Angeles. You grow up, a lot of people have stigma. 1, you live in the hood, and 2, you have, your father's not there for the moment or whatever it may be, and people assume, there's a deficit with your mom or whatever parent is still there, and that wasn't the case. I wanted to, my sister and I, we just wanted to let her know that we saw everything that she did. We saw every meal, every sacrifice that we could see. And we just wanted to say thank you. So I told her I commemorated her in a book. Don't nobody else have one. She gets to be unique and special. And, we had to celebrate our mothers. We got to celebrate our beginnings.
There you go.
So she comes out with me. Every event, she is there. Even when I tell her she does not need to come, she will show up in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, you coming? Okay. I'm like, all right.
Right. And she got a bottle of wine in her hand.
What in the world? Why are you giving her alcohol?
No, I'm just saying. She showed up in the parking lot. She got a bottle of wine, nice wine. She's going to set it down. She ready for the show, Val. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my Lord. Not my mama. Don't say my mama's alky. Not my mama. Not my mama now. Come on now. Give her a glass of water or 7-Up.
Yeah, my bad. She'll get some water. But the question I got, that's funny you mentioned that, and I love it, is that the inspiration. I was going to ask you that, and you kind of alluded to it. You write these children books because the funny part about it is, CJ, I've actually talked about. I thought about, writing a book myself called My Man's in Them. But,
I love it.
And look at Val.
My man's in them.
My man's in them. But you got to read the book. You got to read the book. But it's a play. But the inspiration, so you're writing a book. You got now the second book release and all that. And it's kind of cool because it's a spin on you. Basically, you got an older version of you, then a younger version of you, all in the same book, and it's telling the story. So when you sit down and you're putting those baselines together and you're trying to find those funny things or those teachable moments, what are you thinking about as you write the book?
So my biggest thing as a teacher, I noticed that children today don't appreciate, and the gratitude and the appreciation it's missing. Not with every child, but most of the children I've come across. So 18 years of teaching, and I've seen a decline in appreciation, right? They don't appreciate the classroom supplies. They don't appreciate us. They don't appreciate very much. And And so as I was writing the book, we were taught, my parents are both from the South. So we were taught, we have a New Orleans household in an LA setting. So we were taught very early that, you know, if you want this, you need to appreciate it. You need to keep it clean. You need to keep it nice. You need to blah, blah, right? That's how I was raised. And so part of the lesson in the moral of our story, right? Any children's book has to have a moral, is that we want children to appreciate those superheroes in their lives on a daily basis. Those are caring, loving adults. So as I'm writing, it's easy for me to tell the story because it's my life, right? I'm just recounting stories that I already know. But then there's just certain themes that you want to make sure that I hit on, like appreciate that you have a home, appreciate that somebody cooked for you tonight, that they picked you up from school, washed your clothes, cleaned up your backpack, cleaned your shoes, things like that. So as I'm writing the books, I'm thinking about how can I show children to appreciate those things that they take for granted? Even having a teacher in the classroom. Some kids don't have a teacher in the classroom. Right. We used to, one of my favorite pictures right here, that she captured so well. So we never had a new car. I only had, actually, it's on the
got a new car.
Yeah. You don't really need it. As long as you're running, you good. But no, so we always had cars that were fifth hand, right? I don't even know where the cars come from, but they work. They always were in an accident or something. We always thought it was funny when they would backfire and if the oil is leaking and it's burning on the engine. We thought it was hysterical. We would peel out a cloud of smoke behind us. No smog check in the 80s, 90s. You don't need to do all that.
Wow.
But to us,
as long as you got to where you got to go, it is what it is.
We got to school every day, never absent, never late, but my mom would be embarrassed. And so as you can see in one of these pictures, I had her tape up the seats because we would have duct tape on the seats and the ceiling would come down. So you have to, duct tape it. I always thought it was funny, but my mother, she would be embarrassed. So I'm telling her ain't no shame. If you are a parent out there making it happen, there is no shame in how you're making it happen. Your kids are happy. They see you there. Your kids are like, wow, they don't know that you struggle to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So, that's, I don't know. I love it. I love telling parents that we see you, we appreciate you. And I love that I'm able to share this with my mother in the second half of her life. It's really exciting. Right. This is an activity.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Newsflash. Val the Voice Johnson is currently one of the lead moderators on the platform, The House of Creativity on Clubhouse. She can be heard leading the THOC news team with Latino, wellness, and entertainment news that you can use to peruse your daily life. Join us every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern in the House of Creativity. Become a member of the House of Creativity on Clubhouse today. And now, back to our show. And this is what I'm so, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, because in my mind, I see this as a cartoon series. I see this somewhere as a cartoon. Have you envisioned?
The future, please.
Yeah. Because
come on, Nickelodeon, Netflix, come on.
Nickelodeon, whomever, Disney Channel, whoever's going to take it on.
I'm going to need to be one of the characters if that's the case.
Because you're my man's in them. We got to have my man's in them in the background.
Right. Because if you got the tape in the roof and you got the car and you got to pull up on the block, and you be like, who's that? Oh, that's my man's in there.
Man's in them. I got you, Coach. You ain't got to say nothing but a word. I got you.
There you go.
I see this is from CM. She's from our Clubhouse situation. And she says, as a single parent, that's the absolute truth.
That's
You're
right.
Providing for folks.
You listen to CJ, I tell you, and you know where you can get your truth from?
Where?
Listening to athletes. When you listen to athletes that make it, the guys I talk to, I interview and whatnot. I had an interview with one of the parents, and she spoke about the investment, right? The taking the kid to the sports, to the AAU, spending the money in hotels, going across town for practices and traveling, this and that.
Yes.
The kid that recognizes the plight that his mother is doing at an early age and decide, this is what I want to do. When you go back and you look at from age 7, 8, 9, all the way to 18, 19 years old, if that child becomes a professional athlete, it's just a payback. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting my money back because you still owe me because if it wasn't for me taking off from work and doing things I wasn't doing, you wouldn't have been able to do it. So
She gets her monthly cut.
And there you go. So again, that's why I love the realness of the book and how you put it, because, the average Black family, let's say, for example, that's coming out of the hood, I can understand that duct tape. I understand the smoke. I understand the oil stains. I understand maybe 4 or 5 kids packed in the car, got to sit on somebody's lap. And then on the way home from school, we just picked up 2 new kids, ain't even yours. It's just people on the block. I get that.
That's the beauty of the Black community, though. Like, people hear me speak and they always assume that I'm from the suburbs. And I'm like, no, I'm from the hood, Normandy and Vernon in Los Angeles. Don't get it twisted. I know I talk like this. That's because we were made to speak this way. Can't talk crazy in the house. We're from the South. But it's just like, that's the beauty of our community. Like, it's nothing wrong with having that one cousin who know everybody, who know a guy who's going to get it done, or the cousin who also lives in the burbs who can also get it done on paper. You need both sides of the community. You know what I'm saying? And there's no shame. There's no shame in raising your children and being honest with them. If you don't have it, then you have to tell. My mother always kept it real with us, maybe a little too real sometimes, but we knew when payday was. We knew when she had it. We knew when she didn't have it. I wear glasses. And so when she said, these is your glasses for the next X amount of years. Okay, thank you. Never lose them. I won't break them. They go in my pencil case with the clip in my backpack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to. I think that's one of the challenges of modern parenting is that people don't want to be honest with their kid. They don't want to stress them out. You don't want to burden them. I didn't feel stressed or burdened. I knew how much the groceries cost. I know how that gave me confidence as a child. It made me comfortable.
Exactly. Right? And you already knew what was going on. I mean, I think your mom was probably related to me because I'm telling you, my kids, my son say, I don't even ask Dad for nothing. Because I know the first thing out of his mouth is the word no. And they go ask their mom and they'll get in. Now, if they get in a pinch or a bind, I got you. But, I'm that, hey, listen, CJ, we about to pull up to this store. You're going to go in with 3 rules. Don't ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. And you ain't getting nothing. Now, if you understand, and by the way, if you run over my heel with that cart, it's on and popping. If you understand those rules, we can go shopping every day.
But that's the way to go. Don't touch it. You ain't about to get it. Don't even ask for it. Don't even desire it because the answer is no.
As a Black kid growing up in that part of California, coming in the Compton area, coming in doing things, and you don't, one thing that's unique about us as a people is we, depending on the situation, we really don't know that that's poverty. We really don't, because it's just
you're normal. Exactly. Right. We didn't know we were poor. Right. We had no idea.
You just kicking on the block. I was talking to somebody about that today. I was like, man, I ain't realized that. I just know we was on a block playing stickball, or we were playing football in the street. We were just kicking. Period.
I had no idea we were poor until about junior high school. We went to a different area. It was after the LA riots. My mom after that said, you know what? She was like, this is too much. We were down the street. I would watch the tanks come down the street. All the ash would fall out the sky. Like, I completely remember the riots. I was about 11, 12. After that, my mom, we were done. We were done with living in South Central. And I didn't know we were poor until we went to a different area. Now, we still lived in an apartment building, just in a better area, probably more rent. But I didn't know until I went to school with a more diverse community that I was like, oh, I don't have those shoes. I was like, oh, I don't have that. I didn't know, because everybody ate the same in my neighborhood. Everyone went to church on Sundays. Everybody had green grass. If you had grass, somebody had a car. People went to the store. It was my normal to see Black daily life, I guess, in poverty, but I didn't know I had no idea. And I've never been embarrassed of it. Like, I've never held my head low because, the beauty is I always had adults in my life who encouraged me to be my best always. Stay clean, have your manners, read and write. Reading and writing was preeminent in our house and praying. So I was like, I go into a ritzier area. I'm like, these kids don't have no morals. They can't do nothing. They're not clever. They're not funny. They haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. It was just.
It's a lot. And I mean, you have a couple of people in the audience agreeing with you about how people grew up. King Wise, he's saying, that's right, Coach Tony. I was told the same thing. And TM said exactly. And she's laughing. You got her laughing. Now, someone in the audience is wondering, because they were very happy. This is Bella. She wants to, wait a minute now. I love it. How do I purchase the book of the books?
Hey, Bella. I thank you for your short interest. So we're on Amazon. We're Amazon, or you can go to our website, www.mymotherisasuperhero.com, or Amazon. Either way, I'm gonna mail them either way. They come from me.
Either way it goes. And we need to give you a wonderful congratulations. I saw this, I believe, on your Instagram. The book received an honorable mention for the for 2023 International Latino Book Award.
Yes.
Latino.
Amazing.
I know, it's crazy.
She ain't got one Puerto Rican in this book.
They just could be dark skinned. They could be moreno. You don't know. No sabes.
Okay, mommy. Okay, papi. We good.
You just said mom and dad. You're funny.
Part of being an author is that you have to enter book competitions to give you more credibility. I mean, you have to. And so this was one of the first groups that I found who would even accept my book. Sometimes there's tight restrictions, and sometimes they're very, very tight restrictions. And so I happened to make their cutoff and meet their registration regulations. So I sent off the book. They read it. If it were a Latino themed book, I probably would have won, first, second, or third. But we got honorable mention, and we get all the perks of being honorably mentioned. So I'm very excited.
So how many pages is looking at both of your books, give or take, CJ, how many pages is it?
So each book is 28 pages.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and so it's English and Spanish, and so it's 2 books in one, English and Spanish on each page. And it has vocabulary words, which are, so in one word will be in English in blue, and then it's in red on the other page so that you can see how the word would be said in Spanish. So
that's awesome, especially the way the country's going right now. That's a perfect mix.
Right. And so I'm really excited about this, CJ. Like this is major that if you want to find her, she is on Instagram, Amazon, there's TikTok. Hashtag my mother is a superhero. Like if you do that hashtag, you'll find CJ. My Mother is a Superhero and the second book in the series, Miss April is a Superhero, are both available by going to CJ Charles's website, mymotherisasuperhero.com. To see the entire interview with CJ, Coach, and myself, please visit our Interludes YouTube channel. The Interludes Podcast.
Original concept by Valerie Johnson.
Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays sports segments produced by Tony Thompson.
Original intro and outro music produced by Kendall Nesbitt.
The Interludes Podcast, a pure Lighthouse production.
This episode is brought to you by
A DJ Saved My Life. It's the latest upcoming ebook by yours truly, Val the Voice Johnson. To experience a preview of the book, visit our website today. It's a heartfelt tribute to the healing power of music and the therapeutic potential of podcasting with all the ABCs of podcasting rolled into one. Reserve your ebook copy today.
To subscribe to our YouTube channel or join Interludes Facebook group, visit the website linktree/Peer Light Media. That's linktr.ee/Peer Light Media.